Undisputed podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get podcasts. The Jets, nope, still have not acquired Aaron Rodgers. However, they did make more moves yesterday. They first traded wide receiver Elijah Moore and a third-round pick to the Browns in exchange for a second-rounder. Then, they signed wideout Mecole Hardman to a one-year deal. The move gives the Jets 2 second-round picks now that could be used to help facilitate the Aaron Rodgers deal. Latest report this morning, both the Jets and OBJ want to get a deal done. Shannon, does this mean the Jets and the Packers are close to finalizing this Aaron Rodgers trade?
No, they don't. And, Skip, wasn't the interest in Odell and the Cowboys very real?
Yep.
What you told me all that year that Jared's
a year ago, it was.
I thought this year, too.
Down the stretch.
Until they got Brandon Cooks, and then it wasn't real.
Mm-hmm.
Skip, look, I can understand they signed Mecole Hardman, but with the speed that he has, he's just been too inconsistent. He missed the final 9 games, missed the divisional round. Think he played 1 round, then he missed the Super Bowl. He counted for 25 catches, 297 yards, 4 touchdowns in 8 games. That he was healthy. And despite the speed, I think he ran 4.33 at the combine, Skip, he really hadn't been much of a deep threat. I mean, his best season, 59 catches, 693 yards in 2021 and 2 touchdowns. They traded Elijah Moore. Clearly, he wasn't happy with his role. I think he had discussed some of that, that he wanted more opportunities. Now they brought in Lazard. They have Corey Davis. They have the rookie Garrett Wilson, who was Offensive Rookie of the Year. So he seemed like he was going to be the odd man out. You trade him and a couple of other draft picks for a second-round pick. So, Skip, look, the wish list that Rodgers, it was not a demand. It was just a wish list, kind of like what I gave.
He even knocked that down, but go ahead.
Well, Skip, kind of like what I gave. Say, Grady, this is kind of what I want. You know, I like to have a new bike.
Yep.
Got one of those every year, seemingly.
Yep.
And a few other things. It's not a demand, granted, but this is a wish list. Well, wish you Grady got some money to pay for all that stuff that you got on there. So, I don't think so, Skip, because I think Green Bay is really holding out, thinking they're going to get the 13th pick. But Aaron knows you don't want him. You know you don't want him. The Jets know you don't want him. You want Jordan Love to be your starting quarterback. So if I'm the Jets, I'm holding pat. I ain't giving you the 13th pick.
Really?
I'll do a conditional. The best I got for you is conditional because, Skip, the man said before he went to the darkness, he was 90% sure he was going to retire. 90%. And you want me to give you the 13th pick for a guy that I might have 1 year? I wish I might. And I tell you what, you call me one more time, Mark Murphy or Brian Gutekunst, and say you want my 13th pick, I'm going to hang up the phone and the deal off. Now, call me one more time with this bull jive now. I'm not joking around with you.
Okay. I hear everything you just said, but the tea leaves I read would indicate to me that at the owners' meeting that starts Sunday, this deal will get done because the Jets are positioning and more positioning themselves to acquire Aaron Rodgers and make him the happiest he's ever been in his career.
But are they going to give me that 13th?
No.
Okay.
No, they just did acquire, with the Elijah Moore trade, an extra 2.
Second.
So they got 2 in a row in the second round.
Right.
Okay, now that's the kind of draft capital that should close this deal because it's not
both of them, one of them,
No,
right?
I'm saying one.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
just one. Because, again, I wouldn't give more than a 5 because Green Bay has played they played their hand publicly. They just said, we are done. Right. By all reports, we are over and we are out. We want out from under. And the Jets just need to say, okay, we will take his salary off your hands.
Right.
Now, they will try to renegotiate the salary down a bit to try to maybe move some money.
Right.
But the point is, I wouldn't do more than a 5. But if you are on fire to get this deal done and you just acquired an extra 2, so you do have a second-round pick, if you trade that one, do it. Just do it for a 2, and that's like a mediation type deal.
Right.
Wouldn't that just make sense to you that a 2 should get this thing done?
Everybody's upset because the Jets are going to be upset that we haven't given up a 2 for a guy that might not only play for 1 year, and Green Bay's going to be upset that they only got a 2 when they got the 13th pick and they could have got that. So everybody's going to be upset.
But it's still, it's like a middle-of-the-road deal where both sides should be barely happy with it, just barely happy. Okay, so guess what the Jets are doing for Aaron Rodgers? They're fulfilling the wish list.
Yeah.
They went and got Alan Lazard for 4 years and $44 million. It sounds like they are on the verge, according to several reports, of landing Odell. I don't know how you land him because the reports are, and Odell shot this down, that he wants $20-odd million.
Right.
You're only offering me 4? Well, can the Jets make Odell happy? Because if they do, that will make Aaron even happier because he loves Odell.
That man about to get $60 million. He should be ecstatic.
Okay, I got it. But my point is, here's what I love about this, because I'm no big Aaron Rodgers guy. I'm here to say that the expectations placed on his head next year for the New York Jets might be the greatest expectations on any quarterback in the history of this league for 1 year. I'm talking about starting in game 1 because the Jets are poised for takeoff. The Jets are looking around saying, look at our defense, look at the weapons we have acquired, and all we need is you, Aaron Rodgers, right?
Yeah, I think Aaron Lazard said the Super Bowl should be.
Well, it should be. Okay, he's 39 years of age. Does he really want this kind of pressure and expectation? I don't know. I didn't think he did from the start. He wanted to finish in Green Bay. So he's like, okay, if you guys don't want me, and the Jets love me. The Jets are doing handsprings. They're doing backflips for me. They're doing whatever needs to get done. If you give me Lazard and Odell, and could Randall Cobb come along for some
they got the Rookie of the Year, reigning Rookie of the Year, Garrett Wilson.
Okay, I got it. Right?
So the question is, Corey Davis and if I think Denzel Mims, both on the last year of their contracts, you could get rid of both of those, save you some money on the cap. And so now you have Garrett Wilson, Lazard, Mecole Hardman. They have a couple other guys, Skip, they worth mentioning.
Yeah.
And Uzomah at the tight end. So you have some pieces.
Okay. So all of a sudden, you are going to New York City to play for the other team in New York City.
Right.
But the media is going to go mad over this.
Yeah, they still got media, even though
they got media because this will be the biggest deal since Broadway Joe back in the late 60s and early 70s for the New York Jets of the AFL. Okay, here we go. And good luck, Aaron Rodgers. Be careful what you wish for because you are about to get it.
Yeah, well, Skip, you remember Heath Ledger in The Joker when he said, "And here we go."
Okay, well, it will.
I will be tuning in to those weekly media sessions religiously if this trade goes down, guys. All right, let's talk a little bit about the Pelicans. Zion Williamson, is he going to make it back to the court this season? Skip and Shannon weigh in when we return.